You only sent 50 cents? My father's voice boomed through the living room, filled with relatives, neighbors, and friends all gathered for my cousin Sienna's going-away party. Your cousin sends $4,000 every month from New York, and you send loose change? Everyone turned to stare. Some tried to hide their smiles. Others shook their heads in pity. I stood there holding the small envelope I had mailed from my minimum wage job overseas. The little I had left after rent and food. Before we continue, please write in the comments which country you're watching this video from. Enjoy the story. I just arrived home after working in a foreign country for 6 months straight, sleeping 4 hours a night, skipping meals, grinding just to survive. I brought back a suitcase of clothes I bought secondhand and a few toys for my little brother, but to my dad, all that mattered was the money. Sienna sat on a velvet sofa, flaunting her new phone, designer shoes, and fake humility. Everyone praised her. My own dad compared me to her loudly, cruelly. You'll never be like her, he muttered. In that moment, I didn't say a word, but inside something snapped, and I knew. I was going to show them all. That night I couldn't sleep. My dad's words played on repeat in my head. You only sent 50 cents. You'll never be like her. It wasn't the first time he humiliated me in public, but this time it hit differently because I had given everything. I worked in a filthy kitchen overseas washing dishes 16 hours a day for scraps. I skipped meals, slept on a broken cot, sent every possible penny home, and still it wasn't enough. Sienna? She worked a cushy office job in the U.S. She posted daily about luxury brunches and shopping sprees. Everyone treated her like a queen. I was treated like a stain on the carpet, but what they didn't know, I wasn't done. I didn't fight my way through hell just to stay broke and disrespected. That night I made a promise to myself, a silent one. I'd disappear for a while, work in silence, build something they couldn't laugh at. And one day, I'd return not as the failure who sent 50 cents, but as the man who made millions without asking for a single thing from anyone. They mocked my struggle. Soon they'd fear my success. I started small. Really small. I used the last $200 I had meant for rent to buy a secondhand laptop. Most people would call that stupid. I called it do or die. I spent nights watching free online courses, learning about freelancing, e-commerce, anything I could hustle with. No parties, no sleep, no complaining. Just grinding in silence. The first week, nothing. Second week, a $5 job designing a logo. By the end of the first month, I'd made $300, more than I'd ever seen in one paycheck. I didn't stop. I reinvested every dollar. Started a small dropshipping store, failed twice, learned fast. By month 5, I was clearing $2,000 more than Sienna. More than my dad ever thought I could. I never bragged. Never said a word, but inside, I remembered that moment at the family dinner table, the laughter, the shame. You only sent 50 cents. Now, I was building an empire from the ashes of that insult. And no one, not Sienna, not my father, had any idea what was coming. The day I'd return wasn't far. And I wouldn't come home quietly. I'd come back with receipts. And revenge. It was my father's birthday. A huge family gathering, just like the one where he humiliated me. This time, I didn't send 50 cents. I showed up in person, pulled up in a brand new black SUV, designer suit, gold watch. Quiet confidence. The silence when I walked in was loud. Sienna blinked first. Wait, you came? I smiled. Wouldn't miss Dad's big day. The room was frozen. My father stood awkwardly. You didn't need to come. I handed him a card. There's a check inside. $10,000 for everything you said I couldn't be. He opened it. His eyes widened. Then, silence. You sell drugs? He asked, trying to sound casual. No, Dad, I said, calm and sharp. I own 3 businesses, online, fully legal, taxes filed. I built it from nothing after you mocked me for sending 50 cents. Sienna stepped forward. You're lying. I pulled out my phone and showed my dashboard's income, contracts, team messages. Her jaw dropped. My father said nothing. But his eyes, they said everything. Power had shifted. Respect wasn't given, it was earned, and I hadn't even revealed the real twist yet that was coming next. And it would crush every assumption they ever had about me. As the tension thickened, I cleared my throat and said, "There's one more thing you all need to know." They stared at me, waiting some in curiosity, others in disbelief. I looked straight at my dad. "Remember how you used to say I was the disappointment of the family? That I'd never amount to anything?" He didn't respond. I continued. "Well, not only do I run 3 businesses, I also bought something recently." I pulled a sleek black folder from my coat and placed it on the table. He opened it. Silence. He blinked. "This is the deed to our family home," he muttered. "Correct." I said, "You defaulted on the second mortgage, remember? The bank listed it. I bought it. Cash." Gasps filled the room. I turned to Sienna, who looked like she was about to faint. "Also, next time you want to brag about wiring $4,000 a month to Dad, check your numbers. I've been quietly paying off his hospital bills, his debts, and his utilities. You just send selfies and noise." My dad's face fell. For once, he was speechless. "I never needed your approval," I said. "But I earned my place, and now I own yours." Then I turned and walked out a legend.